What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Camaro, and today I want to talk about a subject that people question all the time. How does it work? What does it do? And that's Wicker Bills. For those of you who don't know, the Wicker Bill concept is one that actually derived from airplanes. And what they created was called gunnery flaps. In theory, the Wicker Bill came of that. It's not necessarily the same exact concept, but it's flipped. So you have your spoiler that's already catching wind to give you a little bit of downforce. Whether it's, you wouldn't typically put a Wicker Bill on like a wing spoiler. Actually, on a wing spoiler, you would actually use a true gunnery flap. But on a normal spoiler, you'd use what's called a Wicker Bill, and it basically mounts onto your spoiler. So here's your spoiler. You put your Wicker Bill on. It creates, obviously there's a huge ledge for that wind to hit, and it creates downforce on the backside of your car. Now, why is that useful? Well, one, at high speeds, that gives you more downforce so your tires aren't spinning. So if you have a super high horsepower vehicle and when you're gunning it coming out of, let's say, a race car, like a turn or a corner, you could be spinning your wheels. And a Wicker Bill helps give that little more downforce to potentially stop that from happening and making sure you get that grip because you just got a lot more weight. Now, the downside of a Wicker Bill is downforce. So yes, you want downforce coming out of turns and whatnot to give you that little bit more grip, but at high speeds you could be getting downforce on the straightaway, technically slowing down your car, and it becomes a ballet dance of sorts of finding that perfect setting, that perfect angle, the height and everything to capture just enough wind to give you the downforce you need in a corner versus not having too much to slow you down in the straightaways. And it's something that, when you see like NASCAR drive, their cars will have Wicker Bills of sorts. And I mean, they will adjust things to the 64th, 128th degree to get that precision angle and that precision height to get exactly the perfect amount of, downforce versus not too much to slow them down. Now, a lot of people, it really feels like it's a trend that's growing. You didn't see a lot of Wicker Bills around in the 5th gen or even the previous gens. Maybe they were kind of a little bit bigger around the 3rd gens in a sense. You started seeing people add stuff like that. I didn't see too many in the 4th gen, but the 5th gen it started cropping up, and it really became a thing when the Z28 came out. That Mustang came out of nowhere. I almost hit somebody. It would have been a Mustang. That would have been a good thing, right, guys? No, I'm kidding. I like Mustangs. Leave them alone. The downside, or the big thing is they came around with the new 5th gen on the Z28. GM actually made, I believe it's an aluminum. I could be wrong on the material that they use, but it's a metal-based Wicker Bill that bolts on to the back of the Z28, and it's adjustable. You can move it up and down and find that key place that you like, and it depends on your like and desire, but yeah, it was adjustable. And that was where, I don't want to say my love, but where I thought the Wicker Bill actually looked cool was the Z28. And I don't know if in my mind it looked cooler than it really did in life, because now I go back and I look at the pictures with Z28s with Wicker Bills on them, and they don't look nearly as cool as I thought they did. But now I see the 6th gens with the blade spoilers are like mine with the ACS composite spoiler. And I would say at 85% of the different angles you look at the car, I really like the way it looks. Like from behind my car, here, check out this screenshot right here. I think this looks amazing. I think just the rear end looks mean. It really defines it in a way. It builds up the top instead of having that tabletop style deck. I mean, again, that's why I went with the ACS composite. But even in the ACS composite deck lid spoiler, I'm still not 100% sold on it. I think it's the better looking one currently available. I might actually be tempted to go to the blade spoiler look over the deck or the ACS setup just over time, because there's like one angle that just bothers me. And that's like when you walk at so say here's the rear of the car, and when I walk at that angle and look at it, it just looks massive. Like it doesn't look sexy. It just looks like a big part on the back of the car. Now, at any of the other angles, it looks good. But that one angle, it bugs me, and I don't know why. And no one actually is making a spoiler that looks any better. I think it's because there just wasn't a crap ton of Camaro sales up front, but now that the Camaro is a more popular car. There's a lot more on the market. Some of the aftermarket companies that make really cool spoilers are starting their production in working with that stuff. So I think the next couple years are going to be really good for us 6th gen owners, because we're going to start seeing more parts and pieces come around. Obviously SEMA will be a big show for us this year, with probably a lot of new companies bringing new parts to the market now that there's, you know, hundreds of thousands of cars versus, you know, tens of thousands of cars on the road. But I don't know. The Wicker Bill itself, I really like the way it makes the rear end of this car look. I really love it on the blade spoiler. I think it looks mean on the blade spoiler. It just looks good. And I think the blade spoiler is probably the GM one. Looks really good. I just wish the GM was a little bit taller. There's a couple other companies that are making the blade spoilers that are like super tall, and I think they're just way too tall. But someone just needs to come in with one right in the middle. And that's a personal preference by any means, and it's not a knock on any of the companies making products. It's just, I need something in between the super tall one and the one that GM makes. And like that sweet spot right in the middle. It just feels like that perfect size height. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but you know, feel free to let me know in the comments. But Wicker Bills also come in different sizes, or different setups. So you can get a standard one-piece Wicker Bill that straps across the backside of your vehicle. A one-piece will typically block your view from your rear view mirror. This is something that usually race cars use. You don't really care about your rear view mirror all that much. But a one-piece will totally block your view out the back. Now, a two-piece that's why it's designed a two-piece. One, you could take it off and get less downforce. So it will still give you downforce from the outside edges, but the centerpiece can be removed to let that air escape, and you know, you don't get nearly as much as if you had the two-piece. But the other side is typically a two-piece, the centerpiece will be clear so you can see out the backside of your car, so you can look at the Dodges and the Fords behind you. I don't know why I feel like I should throw these jokes in there, but whatever. But yeah, so one piece, two piece, it's hard. I think some people, track oriented guys really likes one piece setups. GM does offer a one piece setup for their blade spoiler. I believe they just released it like 4 or 5 months ago. It's kind of cheaply bolted on to the, I wouldn't say it's a very good design in how it bolts on. The other options out there, like 6LE Designs makes Wicker Bills, Z01 add-ons, who you guys have seen me do install videos for. They make two-piece Wicker Bills. I mean, it depends on your style and what you want. The other thing is, there's a lot of companies out there, they're almost willing to make custom versions of them. Like, you know, you can get a low-profile Wicker Bill that sits a little bit lower and doesn't have the huge stick-ups, or doesn't stick up nearly as high. Or you can get one that's just like a normal Wicker Bill that's one stage. Now, the other side, like 6LE Designs, they mount with rivets. So it's bolted on, it's staying on, it's going nowhere. The GM one, same way. It doesn't bolt on that you can pull off. Not that I remember. I could be wrong there. I think theirs may be removable. I know Z01 add-ons has bolts, so you can actually unbolt it. And the way they mount it is they use riv nuts. So those riv nuts actually look really clean in the spoiler. So if it's off the car, it doesn't look out of place or make your car look like junk. But it, you know, it looks, you know, you can choose to take it off whenever you want. So if you don't want it on there, you can take it right on off. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like Wicker Bills? Do you dislike Wicker Bills? I know I've done quite a few different installs on Wicker Bills. Admittedly, they've been all the ZL1 add-on versions. Like, so obviously I had the ACS one. ZL1 add-ons was already making a Wicker Bill for that. My dad had the Anvil auto spoiler on his 5th gen car and really wanted a Wicker Bill after he saw mine. So I rung up ZL1 add-ons and they custom made one for him, and now they sell them on their site for all the 5th gen guys. I thought that was pretty cool. There was the blade spoiler one. Again, ZL1 add-ons was already making it, so I did an install video on my buddy's 1LE. I think it looks really good. But overall, like, I would love to try out some of the other ones. I'd love to see the GM one. If I can get someone who wants the GM one, get it installed, I'd be happy to do an install. So if you guys are out there and have a blade spoiler and want the GM Wicker Bill, come on down. I'll install for you for free if you let me do a video around it. But if there's other brands or other styles that I'm missing, I know 6LE Designs, I know GM, I know ZL1 add-ons. I haven't really seen any other companies making them. And they're not really all that expensive. I mean, they're huge, so it costs a lot to ship them, but they're really not too expensive to get in regards to how much we spend on a lot of other products on our cars. So, but either or, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like one-piece setups? Do you like two-piece setups? Do you guys like wicker bills at all? I actually created a thread on the Camaro 6 forums about this because I wanted more information on what people thought and what they're enjoying. Got a lot of feedback there. It was really awesome to hear what everyone was thinking. A lot of comments around adjustability in wicker bills. I know the 5th gen Z28 had an adjustable one, so it's really up to you on what you like and what you need. Now, you're really not going to notice that much of a difference in the adjustability. I mean, unless you're a true track enthusiast and every ½ inch, quarter inch, 1/16 of an inch matters to you and you actually have the tools to measure that, then that might be for you. But I don't think there's as big as a desire for a crazy adjustable setup, but I could be wrong. You know, let me know in the comments below. So either or, that's wicker bills for you. If you guys learned something new here, let me know in the comments below, or hit that subscribe button. I want to do more videos like this talking about different products and what they do and the benefits and disadvantages of them. But either or, I enjoy talking about this content. This is why I have the channel, because I love cars and I like talking about this stuff. So, and you guys are a lot more people to talk about this with than just one or two of my friends around. It's always good to hear differing opinions around this kind of stuff. So either or, thanks for watching the video. Likes, comments, shares are appreciated. Check out that Lethal Camaro swag down below in the description. We have brand new shirts, sporting one right now, and we do have the decals. Again, all proceeds go to my son. But as always, guys, thanks for watching the video, and until next time, I'll see you on the road.